Good evening, Wolf Nation. This is your captain speaking. My friends, if you weren't aware, it is Friday night, and your weekend has officially started. Welcome, everyone, to a brand new episode of the Realmhattan Project. My name is Eric Von Wolfenstein, and as you can see, we are down two regulars tonight. That's right, Gort and EE could not be here tonight. They are having a spa weekend. I think they got mani pedis tonight, and I think tomorrow's a facial. So, shout out, boys.
Maybe they got one tonight too if they're lucky.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh,
somewhere he's shaking his head because he heard that. But that's all right. We got
air
some.
dried.
We got some backups. We got our good friend. You know him from Tuesday night. Do the Transform Bro now and then with Bobby Skullface, folks. It's Scott Marble. He's here. He's here, live in the flesh.
I like boobies.
I second that.
Yeah, and crazy tonight, isn't it? I think making his RHP debut with us, we got the CEO, the boss babe of Creative Arc. We got Mr. Mike Vaughn. And of course, you can check out Creative Arc on Facebook. Give it a follow. Read the strips. It's really good. I recommend it. Gentlemen, good to have you. Thanks so much for joining us.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for having me.
So, how's the weather for you guys? I haven't gotten mail in 2 days, for a week actually.
Not too bad.
Yeah.
I've gotten mail 2 days now, and this guy came today. G1 Fangry complete for less than $100.
Wow.
Okay, nice.
I'm very
Nice.
excited about that, and I just need to go get some Toy Hack stickers. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. Like Toy Hacks, this was like he's got 5 stickers. 5 stickers. That's it, right? This dude had like 50.
Gee, I hope you get an envelope. It's not like half open.
But remember, mine came like that too, and it
Yeah.
wasn't just us. I've seen about a dozen posts like that. But
I got a
yeah,
thing in from them not too long ago. It's actually that one was better, so I don't know what the deal was. Definitely some
I,
crappy envelopes.
I think mine might have been just because it was how many. Because you and I both ordered a bunch, right?
Yeah.
And like, so I mean, this is open now, but there was a lot of rub on the back. This side was ripped open and part of the top.
Was there any white powdery stuff coming out?
Whoa! I ain't answered any of that. No, there was not.
The other kind of snow.
We here at RHP do not condone drug use.
No, we did.
Absolutely not.
No, we
Send
did
all
not.
complaints to EEPrime at AOL.com. All right, let's just jump into it. We got some topics. We're all bringing something to the table tonight. I'm going to start with one of our guests. I'm going to start with Mr. Mike V. He had some ideas that he wants to talk about. What do you want to discuss tonight, my friend?
Well, I went through the list of ideas that I sent you, and so I think I want to start with, of course, all things metal carbot. But what would a Titan version look like? And
Probably about 2.5 feet tall.
2.5 feet. But would it be as good as the smaller versions, and would it be kind of like some of the other ones where they are a bunch of combined pieces together? Or would it just be one solid piece? And if so, would it be comparable to what Hasbro did?
I think it'd be better.
You think it would be better?
I think it'd be better. All right. So I've only got the whole metal cardbot stuff last year. Okay.
Mhm.
But I've heard nothing but good things about them.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing I saw that I would be kind of like on is like the paint. It seems like very shiny plastic or paint or whatever it is on it. Like I could get used to the eyes, but I think if you were to do a Titans version of that, I think with them, from what I've seen, it could go either way. It could be boom, 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 combine up to combine, but I don't think that's likely. I think if they were to go that route, it would be one big bot and then maybe smaller bots like that you can kind of put on. Right, like remember how Metroplex you could put on like the Scramble City bots, like on the legs and the shoulders.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe you're something like that, or maybe something like with the minicons, like with that aspect of maybe a smaller one that does power something else, Or, oh, excuse me. But I think it would definitely be better than Hasbro. I think you're looking at that, 24 inches tall.
Has any of their figures been even close or on par with Hasbro from a aren't all of their figures like just knocking it out of the park quality wise?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, I'm not gonna say articulation wise. Some of them have better articulation than others, but I think quality wise, definitely.
Yeah. Now I do know that they are more expensive though, right?
Yeah. Well, it depends. If you really want it, yes, it's gonna cost you an arm and a leg.
Gotcha. So like
You know.
this, so this guy, so we're talking, deluxe here. So we're talking what were they 28 now? And for 28
That's a good
bucks,
question.
I'm getting a 6-inch figure. I've got hollow bits in the forearms. I've got hollow bits in the upper arm. I've That's supposed to do that.
You're dropping things.
Yeah. Um, I've got hollow parts on the inner thigh, and to me, those are the point. Those are point parts areas that should be covered. For the parts that I don't care about, I got hollow bits here on the back leg. Now, this is all kind of normal par stuff. Now, this guy's gimmick, he's a target master, so he comes with his target master. Well, the thing is here, like even on the gun, there's hollow bits, which I get in robot mode. That's the back of his legs. That's the back of his legs, so no big deal. But in gun mode, that's
Right.
on top. So
Mm-hmm.
again, that should be something that should be covered. So again, we're paying 28 bucks for this. So what would be the comparable version in metal card bots?
Well,
Like what is, I don't know what their scale is or anything.
yeah. Well, I guess Blue Cop would be something close to that. And
Okay, I know what you're talking about.
yeah, so there's no waffling whatsoever on Blue Cop whatsoever, and the waffling that there is usually on the metal card part itself. But the character, the bot itself, I've got almost all of them, and I haven't seen any waffling
Mm-hmm.
whatsoever on them. It's like every piece, a leg is a leg,
Yeah.
and I think that's one of the reasons I like it, because it looks the way it's supposed to look, and it transforms the way it's supposed to transform. And yeah, I pay a premium for it, but I enjoy transforming them.
Yeah, and that's what I was going to ask. So so Blue Cop, what was his price?
Oh shoot.
I can Google it. Where'd you get it from?
I got it from eBay. I could look it up real quick too.
I think Agabus has them if you want to check it out.
All right.
So I got the newer version of Blue Cop, and I want to say I paid maybe $80 for him, I believe. Like once again, I don't even look at the price anymore. I just okay. I shop around, find something reasonable, and then it's off to the races at that point.
Money not an object to Mike here.
I'm not saying that. But
I hope your wife's not in hearing distance.
yeah, I hope she's not watching this.
That comic's blowing up. Yeah.
Yeah, she's gonna be like, look. So I got it in a bundle, and so the bundle I got it in was right around $380. So divide that by 4, and that'll give you exactly close to
Gotcha.
what I paid for it. So $95 for it. So almost $100 for it.
All right. So is this? I'm seeing one here. It's on a set. It's called Blue Star. He looks like a cop car.
Yeah, that's him. They changed the name when they brought it to America.
Okay. So
And
that's a set of 6 I'm looking at, and it's.
I think Blue Cop was like $25 or something like that if you get it individually.
Yeah.
And the whole set together is like 2 something.
What comes in the set?
You get Heavy Iron, Mega Trucker, Blue Cop, Black Hook, I think Gallon. I have to go back and look.
Yeah. So I'll show you. I'll show you what I'm seeing here on Agabus.
All right.
So there you go. Walk us through it. You got the Blue Cop up here.
Yeah, and you got Shadow X, You got Buster Gale in here. Um, you got Mech Tackle here, Steel Hook, and Heavy Iron. So they changed the name of three of them or four of them. Uh, I think for the Blue Cop is because they didn't want to have the cop name in it, I believe. So they went with Blue Star, and I don't know why they changed the other ones.
People,
Uh,
probably the same reason why Hasbro didn't release the GI Joe cop right away. They're sensitive about this shit, man.
yeah. So, um, but yeah, I have almost all the figures already in the Wave One, and I like them. They're solid. I ordered it again.
Oh, you
uh,
got a second set?
yeah, I got a second set. Well,
Human vehicle
the other
mode.
set, yeah, the ones that I have here, a buddy of mine wants them for his son, so I'm gonna just give them to him. And but yeah, I like them. They're solid. They're chunky. These versions aren't as articulated as the newer versions, but they're still solid figures.
Mm-hmm.
Hands down compared to Hasbro.
But where'd we go?
I don't know. I hit stop sharing.
There we go.
Compared to Hasbro. And so, I'm just looking forward to, well, they already put pictures out of, some of their, newer stuff coming out, and I'm already ready. I'm ready to go.
So you said that Blue Star was 28, or what'd you say that
I
was?
think it's like
25?
25 or 20, yeah, between 25 and 28.
And that whole wave cost you what now?
Two something like 212, 213, something like that.
Yeah.
For
So on
6
Agabus,
lots, that's not bad at all.
and the thing is, like they're different. They're bigger too. Like I know the galleon ship is bigger. The truck was bigger. The two on the bottom right, they're bigger than deluxes. They're closer to that foot range.
Mm.
But I mean, you divide it out by six figures. That's still $35 a figure, which I think if the only thing you're missing is a little bit of articulation, I think that's a run for Transformer money.
Yeah, it's something that's being imported, I think, from Korea or something.
Yeah,
That's
South
not
Korea.
bad at all. That's pretty good.
Yeah, like I said,
Pretty good.
and the Heavy Iron, he's a little bit of parts forming. So his trailer breaks off into the legs and the arms, and then the actual cab of the truck is what his head is, the torso and the head. I mean, if you don't mind a little bit of parts forming, I mean, like I said, it's solid. Solid.
I don't have a problem with it. Like I think, I mean, it's one of those things. I think you can articulate it as a character. I mean, what you had Prime that could control Roller, who wasn't like, I know that's not parts forming, but it's a part of him that he could sort of kind of control. We had Ultra Mag. Yeah, there's another good one. Ultra Magnus, the toy was parts forming, but the figure, the cartoon wasn't. But I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I don't think there's anything wrong with parts forming whatsoever.
Yeah, I don't have a problem as long as it looks the way it's supposed to look and it transforms the way it's supposed to transform.
Mm-hmm.
So I gotta say, I mean, if you got all that for the 200 something, I don't see a Citybot or Titan or whatever being that much more than a Hasbro Titan bot. If I'm being honest, I think they could pull it off.
Yeah, I think so too. I think it probably would come in a little bit less than what Hasbro, is selling. Because the only reason the prices are inflated now is because they're coming from, overseas.
Yeah, South Korea.
Yeah, so I believe they could probably get it at like a 150, 125, 150 mark, and I believe it'll be a better bot than, what Hasbro put out because they're so creative with, how things work over there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just, if they did, I would be number one to pre-order.
So what got you into them? Like where did you see them? Because I know I first saw them at BotCon last year. So like how did they get into your world?
So initially I was going to get them for my grandson. I saw them on eBay and I'm like, oh, these things are big and chunky. He can play with them. But, grandkids being grandkids, he couldn't get his act together. So I was like, I'm going to hold off.
You have to earn these toys.
Yeah. So then, like I saw that BotCon and I, handled them, played with them. And I was like, oh, man, these things are pretty nice. And then I saw Blast Train. He was off in the bag.
Okay.
And that was what sold me. I was like, what? And the guy's like, yeah. the parts come apart and you put it back together. And I immediately, because I had a booth there, I immediately went back to my booth and I looked it up and I saw it was, basically a combiner. And I love combiners.
Yeah.
I was like, so, and I think the next week I went and got a blast train.
Gotcha.
And so that's kind of how I got into this. And then I've been, on it ever since.
Nice. Like I've noticed them taking, like I've noticed a lot. Like every week I see someone getting in, new or more or something like that. It's you, Logan.
Jose just got into them.
Jeff
Jose
is
just
on it.
got into them.
Yeah,
Jose.
got. I think Jeff
Jose.
got them too.
Mm-hmm.
Ray, not Jedi mindset.
Mm-hmm.
Roy,
Yeah, Jedi got it too. Yeah,
it's really amazing how like this line with like no, I mean they have the TV show fiction obviously, but like most from what I've heard, it's like kind of dumb and for kids, but like it's really taken off with adult collectors. These toys, I'm really amazed by that.
Yeah, I am too. Because most collectors, is like I got to have a connection to the toy in order to get it. But because the show is, majority in Korean, and there are English translations, and even those are, I mean, if you watch an episode, you're like, wow. But yeah, it's just, I don't know. I just think it's the quality. Bless you.
I think bless you.
Yeah. I just think it's the quality, the transformation of it. It looks and it does what it's supposed to do.
Yeah.
And like I said, I got a table full of these things over here right now, and it's just amazing.
Yeah, I mean, if you hold Joe's Sure Shot and like you mess around with it, and then you pick up
Mr. Vaughn, would you like to hold my Sure Shot?
Right.
But I'm saying you pick up Blue Star, you mess with it, you hear the clicky ratchets everywhere. You see there's no waffles, and it's beautiful like that. I could see why collectors would be like, all right, never mind. It's not really, I don't understand the fiction, but this looks so cool. It's so much better than what we're getting from Hasbro. I gotta check it out. I'm in. It's crazy.
Yeah, and the fact that they've recreated older characters, but they've given us like newer characters, and that's one of the things I have an issue with Hasbro. They keep giving us the same thing over and over again, and it's like I don't mind you giving it to me or restyling it or whatever, but can I get some new characters or something?
Yeah, that's all this is. It's new. It's brand new.
Yeah, so like I said, Heavy Iron and Blue Cop are, Blue Cop comes back every season, and then Heavy Iron, this is his first redesign completely, like from the ground up, and that thing is amazing. So like I said, if they keep on this trajectory, I could see more and more people getting involved. I've gotten people in my circle wanting to get them. So
yeah.
Yeah,
I messed with one of Logan's. He brought one to a dinner at once, and it was great. Like I said, this clicks. It just the quality's there, man. The quality's there. Like I don't think I'm gonna go in on these things, but like I can see why people do. And I think if they had a decent cartoon in English, I think this could be a big competitor to the Transformers line. I think a lot of people would switch over.
Yeah, it is nice that Jeff just mentioned the enabler strikes again. It is nice to see Logan being enabled by somebody else or something else instead of doing the enabling. So, like I picked up, it's a plane. It's a black and white plane, like a passenger plane, but I think it's like one of those weather ones that has like the dish on the top in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
I messed with that one at BotCon, and like as I'm messing with this thing, I'm like, this feels like it's like I expected something semi cheap, and I was like, this actually feels pretty decent. It feels solid, so I was impressed by them. Like I said, the big thing for me is this: it was too. It looked kiddie to me, so that's why I got that impression from a distance, just from how shiny it was. Whether it be the paint or the plastic.
Yeah.
But once you got up to it, I was like, no, this is nice. So.
Yeah, it's definitely an adult quality like toy collectible. Excuse me. Yeah, it's really surprising how this is really taken off. But like I said, it's so well built. I can see why. I really can.
Well, they also have other lines too, and they're just as well. I don't have them yet, but they look just as good as this line.
Like
what
the
do
other
you
waves in the
Yeah,
line.
no,
Okay.
other line. Like so, they have like this
Oh.
dino one. I forget the name of it, but they have a dinosaur one. They have another one that's dealing with nothing but cars. So they have a bunch of different lines like
Okay.
that they're putting out. And from what I can see, those lines are just as good as this line here. So, but I won't know until I get them in hand. So, probably
And
after I sell my kidney.
So what's happening is going to see is Hasbro is going to see the car line and the dinosaur line and the other line and this line and that line. And they're going to take them all.
Hmm.
Transformers 2.
Probably,
That's what they're going to do.
probably, or they'll learn from what they're doing and be like, okay, well, let us try something, but we'll see.
listen, competition is great for us.
Hmm.
Okay, that makes people step their game up. And I don't collect mainline. I know others do, but I get the complaints, the waffles, the just everything. It's just the low quality. I get it, and like I said, I can see why. I can see why people would be into this. And again, that would benefit us. Maybe Hasbro sees us and go, "Oh, we got to step our game up. Less waffles. Maybe we'll throw in ratchets and the bigger figures." Like it's like I said, man. It's great. It's a win for us, and I hope this takes off. I really do.
Yeah, I hope so too. I'm really looking forward. Like I said, whatever wave comes next, I'm looking forward to, because I know I'm not going to be disappointed.
And who makes these?
Sam G.
Sam G. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said. Oh, and one more thing too about the Titan too. I hope they come out with like mini cons too, so that they can fit on these Titan robots. That would be cool too.
I really like the Minicon concept back in Armada. I thought it was neat.
I
Yeah.
love it too. I love it too. I got a couple of cities here now, and I got
Scott,
mini cons all over it.
Scott's making a face. Scott, you got something to add on that?
Yeah, there's not that. I hate Armada for the minicons
What?
because they sacrificed the quality of the toy for the gimmick in so many instances. There's just their toys are less so because of the gimmick.
I remember that Prime being disappointing because that he had like no back.
Hotshot, it's basically he had this like monstrous head assembly just so that he could have the gimmick of the pew pew shooting cannon thing, whatever.
I did not have any of those toys, so I have no idea. I'm taking your word for it though.
I mean, there's so many examples in Armada. It's a fucked up toy line.
I don't know. Like I don't know if I 100% agree with you. Don't get me wrong. I think there's some, obviously the designs are based around the gimmick, but like I look at that Megatron and I'm thinking that's a good mold. Like that's a good figure.
It is. Think about how much more that they could have done if they didn't need to incorporate the gimmick into that cannon on the back.
The only thing they did with the cannon was you could pull it back, it would shoot out the missile. There was something that flipped out from the top of the cannon, and I think the cannon came around to the side or something like that, or something else with the cannon bringing it to the front away. But I don't think that was a hindrance to it.
Okay.
I mean, that's me. But now, like I said, there are other ones like Hotshot having that big old cannon on top of his head, having like that. Those kinds of things I get, but I don't know. I thought it was neat.
Demolisher was just like a brick, like.
Yep.
It was a brick that had a couple of treads on the sides of it, and
you mean is this Demolisher? This brick with the treads?
Yeah.
Oh, is that it?
No.
Oh,
No.
Wolfie.
No.
I thought maybe they released. I don't know. Sorry,
Lime green and purple.
I'm a fake ass fan. Sorry.
It's a construction vehicle. I will drive up there this weekend and pester the hell out of you.
Well, threaten me with a good time.
Yeah. I'm glad for the people who like it. It's my least favorite Transformers toy lines because of how much sacrifices they made for the gimmicks.
Like I said, I never had it, so I don't know.
Yeah.
I'll take your word for it though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I think that taking Scott's thing with the the gimmick stuff into consideration, I think either smaller figures, maybe a size of the card, that couple inch figure, not necessarily that have to be like Matchbox size. I think that could be good for the Titan. But I think for metal card bots, I think the opportunity is there. I think they've got the ability to do it, and I think it would be price wise. I think it would be on par with Hasbro. Quality wise, I think it would surpass it.
100%. Like I wouldn't be mad paying $35 for a blue cup. I really wouldn't, because what you're getting, a nice, satisfying, clicky ratchets, quality, a good looking figure, as opposed to Waffleonia over there.
And that's what I don't understand. They're charging us more money for the stuff, and it's like, okay, you couldn't have filled that in for like the extra $5.
I thought they were for a while too. Didn't they start out with that siege line with? I mean, someone help me out here. I'm not a chug collector.
You're gonna have to ask a Chug Thug, man.
What was the question? I'm answering Jeff. What was the question?
What? Oh God, I don't even remember.
I gotta ask a Chud Thug. Well, hey, here I am. What's the question? I don't know.
Oh,
he was asking.
What line was it that you started to see less waffles?
Oh yeah. Didn't they? When they started out with Siege, weren't there like less like waffles on their thing, and then all of a sudden later on they kind of got more?
Yeah, I want to say like that's what that and I would say that's probably the most recent line, and then it kind of piddled.
I agree, Derek.
Right.
I agree.
Absolutely.
Yeah. It's funny. Someone said just said BLO, and Derek showed up, which I'm happy to have Derek. But
all right, don't talk shit on Blockies.
You guys want to know the company that put out the best Titan Transformer, bar none?
Who's that?
Diaclone.
Oh, that
the one that was in two parts.
Yep.
With the airship and the walker.
Yep.
Yeah,
and
that's a nice one.
To me, I think it's the best Titan class. So it's on par as far as height wise, right? Mm-hmm. It transforms. So, and it even like separates into two different vehicles. But what makes me declare that it's the best Titan class transformer is because of all the little things that are built inside of it.
All the little gimmicks, features. Exactly.
One of the things that drives me nuts about our Titan class Metroplex and Fort Max and everything else is it's just big hollow bits of things with nothing from a play value built in, and that's one of the coolest parts about City Bots.
Yeah,
is that kind of play value. So it is to get the whole thing. It was like $1,000 for both pieces, but I'll tell you one thing: it's worth every single penny.
Yeah, it's funny. Like you talk about the Metroplex, like the ramp wouldn't even get all the way down to the ground. Right. Like just it stopped.
Right.
Like you had to buy a 3D printed piece just to like complete it. What is that?
Yeah.
That's lazy.
Yeah. Fort Max used to have the ramps that go all the way down to the ground too, and his Titan class just goes straight out, and doesn't have the ramps to go down to the ground. Like it, just the dumbest stuff.
Yeah, there's definitely corners cut, and.
And so that's what I want to see our third party people do is not like that fucking thing over there, 4 foot tall, whatever, like that has like, give me a 2 foot tall something, but make it have just an extreme amount of play value. Mm-hmm. And it's not like I sit down and like boom, boom my Transformers anymore, but it's just those things that make it like so much more special to own as a piece.
You want something with the loves put in. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that Diaclone, I was looking at it. It's got magnets in it so the people can stand where you want them to stand. They have elevators. They have compartments that the ships can go into. I mean, yeah, it's a nice piece. You
It's
know,
yeah. It's
you
got
know.
additional ships that the little guys can get into, and that'll hook up to other things. It's just there's so much play value in that, and so many cool little configurations that you
Mm-hmm.
can do and add-ons that you can buy, and like that's just like that's Diaclone, and that would be a cool city bot / Titan thing for somebody to do is to put that much love into it. So like a Fort Max.
Yeah, I would pay a few dollars more if they would include some of that stuff in their Titans.
So, all right, offshoot kind of mini topic, just kind of running through what
Go
Scott
ahead.
said. Do you think that we would see, because third party initially started as enhancement pieces, right?
Mm-hmm.
Enhancements. We're going to talk about that later.
And should I hold off?
No, go ahead.
I got these enhanced today. No, but no, like,
Yikes.
do you think that we might start seeing more third party companies come out and do some enhancement stuff on those things? Like, oh, this ramp doesn't come down all the way. Let's fix that. Let's do this. Let's do that. Like, you have DNA, which I think to me, DNA fixes stuff, right?
Mhm.
So something along those lines, but not quite. I don't know. You think that's something that might be a hole that needs filled? No pun intended. In the stuff that's coming out. And if it did, would you buy it? If there was a kit that fixed that not Ultra Magnus, Fort Max or that Metroplex, would you buy it to make
Well,
it
I
that
mean,
playable?
that is DNA designs that they make those things, right?
Yeah, but
Yes.
My
anyone,
understanding.
yeah, but I'm saying anyone else. Like, do you think that this could be like a more company instead of just having like say Fans Toys being the only one doing third party figures? Just like DNA is mainly the only one that does these accessory kits. Do you think that this is something that could be profitable for other companies to do? Do you think there's enough of a demand for it to expand out to other companies?
I would say yes, as long as it's functional, like it serves a purpose, and makes the figure look better, or
Mhm.
add something to it that was like in the G1 version of it.
Yeah.
Like for instance, Fort Max, he had the cannons on the side. If, but I know they got a kit for that. But I'm just saying,
Yeah.
that kind of stuff. Like, yeah, I'm all over it.
I mean,
If it's
I think there's more money in just making the figures. Like, I don't know. That's like your sure shot. I mean, they could make a thing for that, but I think they make more money with an actual sure shot figure.
so fix the problems with the figure.
Yeah. It's funny you mentioned Fans Toys. They did put booties in that Scoria thing for the undersized Grimlock. If you remember
Yeah.
that,
hmm
still looks stupid.
Yeah. Well, I mean, because like I know with like let's just say like the DNA does a kit for him, it's probably gonna be $25 to $35. And it's going to be filling in stuff like this, or if he didn't have ankle tilt, maybe giving him an ankle tilt on something like that. Um, but it makes it aesthetically better, but it doesn't really add anything to it. It doesn't add
Mhm.
playability. Like with their kits for the Constructicons, they put in like the trumpets or the horns or whatever from that one thing from the one scene in the movie. And like that adds a little bit play value to it. But if it was like, hey, here's a kit for your Titans class Metroplex that upgrades across the board, that adds this functionality, this playability, all that.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think that hits. I think that scratches Scott's itch, and I think it's a market for it. But it's one of those things of if you're looking for just like $30 to fill in a couple of gaps, I don't know what the price would be. I think that might be the hindrance on that.
Yeah, I just think. I mean, they could. I just think they're more focused on making their own stuff and making it better than the Hasbro to begin with. I mean, like I said, I can see it as a possibility. I don't know. I just think they're more interested in the figures.
You know.
So
Yeah, just curious because, like I said, it's I mean, it could be something. I mean, it's like Jonathan said, the DNA kit's more visual. Like, hey, we're on the same page, everybody. But there is like I don't get down I don't get in the floor and like I said with Scott, I don't get down on the floor and play with this stuff. But like I will fiddle with it. I mean, I as an adult, I am not above going pew pew pew, but I'm not like staging large scale battles. It's more like skirmishes downstairs. But but I will like the bigger stuff, fiddle, finagle with, move around, mess with. My MPs not so much, because like some of those are getting older. I'm scared to move them.
you made me think back, Joe, to KFC. Remember they used to do the hands upgrades. So that's kind of what you're talking about. Like they made, well, I don't know if they were better, but they made hand options, but the fingers were all articulate.
Mm-hmm.
So that's something they improved on. Did they do that? Star Saber upgrade too with the joints and the longer sword. Is it? You know what I'm talking about?
I wasn't into anything Star Saber, so I can't.
Okay, I think they might have done that. They did it for a while, like I said, with the hands and that. But I think anyone else has done anything like that other than DNA or non EF or whatever other these companies are. Dr. Wu.
So, ready to talk about enhancements?
Tell us about your male enhancement.
What a segue.
Yeah.
Scott, what do you want to talk about tonight, buddy?
Boobs. I want to talk about boobs.
Okay.
Please tell me you have pictures.
So
a PowerPoint slide.
There weren't, some of us who were, part of the fandom back in the late aughts. There was a line called Kiss Players.
Yeah.
And this line, I mean, the amount of like vitriol that some fans had for this line because it had effectively anime girls with the Transformers, right?
Mm-hmm.
With the little skirts or schoolgirl outfits or whatever have you, and the Transformers got power-ups by getting kisses from the girls. And then of course we've had, over the years.
Japan.
I know, right? And then we've had over the years, we've had various enhancements for certain toys. Like there was the ability to buy a little breast kit for your RC, and there's Starscream figures out there with boobies and everything. And I guess my question is, why is this such a like vitriolic, divisive thing?
Well, all right. So first thing I want to know is, one, what side do you fall on? Are you okay with RC having tits?
So I am on the side of, if that's what you get into, go ahead and get into it. I've never purchased one of those little anime girls or anything like that, but hey, man, if that's your thing, that's your thing. But I mean that I'm just curious as to why it like causes such vitriol for people.
All right, is it in your collection?
What do you mean? Is it in my collection? I just told you that I never purchased anything.
Okay, well, okay.
I mean, I just think it's dumb. It's a dumb idea. I don't know. It just sounds dumb. That's why I would be mad at it. Like, this is really stupid.
I think it's a cash grab. It's like, hey, I'm gonna put these prosthetics out here.
I mean, selling any toy is a cash grab, is it not?
Yeah. Well, yeah, but I mean,
people are trying to make a buck, right?
But when you put something like that out, I mean, there are gonna be people out there who are like, I got to get, 8 sets of these, and put them on all my fembots,
8 sets, like, do they like Ace, A, B, D?
Yeah.
Have
them sliding up and down a pole and stuff. That's
when this stuff came out. Like I remember the listing for that, and it had the chest plate had different size cups, and the video had someone, I don't know if it was a spudger or a pen or something, but kind of going like, oh look, you can yeah, look how squishy it is, and
Oh God.
I'm like,
You know what? And there's clearly, I mean, we are our Western whatever sensibilities. We're not maybe the core audience for that kind of stuff, which is fine. It's why it was a Japanese thing, the Kiss Players stuff.
I think Derek said it best.
What did Derek say?
Hentai culture in Asia is just too wild. Never should have crossed pollinate into what we have going on here. It's just
I mean, there's all kinds of weird stuff that comes out of it, right? The anime, the fact that there's such a big, huge subculture of that from an adult perspective. But what I don't get is the actual well, I had a friend in the collecting community say something on one of his posts recently. It was like, I love all those Transformers lines except for one, and it was like, and the Kiss Players was the one he was calling out, and I was like, why, like what is it about that offends your sensibilities?
I don't know. I mean, having not read Kiss Players, I can't really give you an answer to that. The way
I literally told you what it is that it offends people about it.
No, I know, but like
the girls with the boobies, with the skirts and the kisses and the they're like small. They're like what prepubescent girlies, right?
I think. I mean, I'm straight up. I think it's just sexualizing kids. That it sits wrong with people. Now it would be interesting to see in cultures, and this is nothing disrespectful, but in cultures where that age is okay, kind of for marriage or whatever. Sorry,
I think the way that they display that stuff is it's prepubescent in the way that it looks, but she's not supposed to be prepubescent.
Yeah. Let's get that straight.
Okay.
We're treading on a fucking dangerous
line. So it looks like a 12-year-old, but is a
right.
Older person.
She's also driving around a car, so it's like, well, okay,
All right, at least 16.
Oh God.
So here's the deal, and this is me dealing with sex offenders online for years, but saying, "Oh well,
you talk to a lot of sex offenders online."
Say his name, he appears.
What the fuck were y'all talking about? Why was my name mentioned?
I said sex offenders, and you popped on.
No, not that.
Stop. That. Not funny. Not that.
No. He said it. I'm just recapping. Anyway,
Scott, tell E what we're talking about.
Well, E, I'm just curious as to
Transformers, because I think that's all you guys have spoken about tonight.
We talked about metal.
That's the only reason why I jumped on, just to break same shit.
Break it up.
We're gonna get to it.
Right. Well, if you want to move us on, let's move us on.
No. I'm here to fit into your flow, so continue.
Well, why is it that people have such a vitriolic reaction to robots with boobies?
So you want me to just come out the gate judging people, huh?
That's
just right out the gate tonight, right?
That's the conversation we're having.
Listen, I don't see the point of sexualizing your fucking toys. I don't see the point in buying a boob kit for your fucking RC. I think it's disturbing. Sorry, guys. Sorry, anybody out there who's listening. All 5 of our fucking listeners. Don't mean to offend any one of you, but I think it's kind of creepy. I think I don't get it. I just don't fucking get it.
There used to be, I don't know if it's still there, back when I was posted on TFW, someone created a thread called the Transformers Boudoir photo shoot thread or whatever. And it was robots like doing sexy poses. No, it was innocent like boudoir stuff, but it got real weird real quick. Like there was some fucked up shit in there.
You've got this branch of that kind of stuff in every single fandom. So real quick, to what I was finishing saying was, just because someone's like, oh, they're actually 16, 17, 18, so it's not as bad. But when they look that young, I think trying to say, oh, well, they're not like lore says they're not really that old. They just look that way. I mean, you can probably get away with something like that when you're dealing with like someone like, oh, she's an elf, so she's 300 years old and she's an adult by elf standards, but she looks like a teenager to humans. Like that's I think that's a little bit different. But when you start sexualizing something when they look that young, I've dealt with too many screwed up people in public to kinda
Okay,
give
you're
leeway
you're
now.
like really indexing to the young thing. I'm talking about boobs and Transformers.
I thought you were talking. So, all right, so
Relax,
just
relax on the
just just ditto to what EE said. Then it's not right. It's creepy. It's weird. It's no.
I wouldn't want to buy if I knew you were into that, I might not want to buy your toys if you're trying to sell them.
Mhm.
God forbid you take a black light to it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like you just look at
Gross.
the comments, right? It's
I'm
creepy.
sorry, but yeah, I
It's,
just don't get it.
That shouldn't be sexualizing our toys. That's some of the comments. Like I know, like, but at the same time, it's like, well, there's all kinds of things that are sexualized that it just doesn't seem like it creates this kind of reaction, I guess.
Yeah, but for one, it's a fucking robot. If we're sticking to Transformers, right? It's a robot. It's kind of I just think it's weird. I just think it's weird. I think it's creepy. I don't want to know what you have hidden in your closet.
Okay.
If you're willing to share and post pictures of, look, I got my RC boob kit. Imagine what you're not willing to share.
Yeah, and I can't. I'm sorry, I can't get behind it. And who was it over here? Walker said something about like us. Like that's something we see as that's our childhood. Of course, we're not going to sexualize them. I don't necessarily even think it's that. Like if you go for the RC in the comics, right, or in the new comics, you start sexualizing her. I'm like, no, and like I noticed this whole thing of they're robots, they're non-sexual, they have present male, present feminine, whatever. That's a whole nother thing, but it's just like I can't. It just I have a hard time visualizing that and being like, yeah, I'm okay with that, or that's cool, or whatever. I mean, at the end of the day, though, I mean, if it makes you happy and it doesn't hurt anybody else, I give two shits. But I'm never going to give someone a like or your photography's awesome.
You have all, I assume, been at a convention or seen pictures of someone cosplaying as what's her name from Black Widow or the lady from from G.I. Joe.
Okay.
With the glasses, Baroness.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Baroness.
Is that not sexualizing your toys?
So here's I guess where I think the difference is, right? One, you're using Black Widow as an example, right?
Or Baroness.
She is sexualized in the comics herself, right? It is just how she was created, how she's drawn. It's a little different. Don't get me wrong. I don't have any. I mean, look, I do. I have a on my shelf. I do have an Emma Frost, right? And anyone who ever read X-Men comics, they know how they always drew her for the most part.
You and your blondes. You and your blondes. I don't know.
Ain't about a blonde thing. It's just also have a Black Queen. It's the same body. Like, we you watch. I'll keep going. X-Men. Psylocke was always drawn with barely any clothes on, right? So it's I think it's a little different. Look, as an '80s kid, He-Man fan, Tila walked around with her ass hanging out every fucking episode. Like I think she's one of the reasons helped me hit puberty early. Watching
can you highlight
He-Man as a kid? I'm not gonna lie.
Can you highlight?
It's a little different. It is a little different, and yeah, don't get me wrong.
I will never
I
see
can still
RC that way, but
see-
someone like Catwoman is different. So I'm not trying to judge. You do you. That's kind of the way I feel. Is like I don't see it that way. It doesn't get me off, but why does it create so much vitriol for somebody else?
it's hard to explain. It is different. It is very different,
I,
especially when you're talking about a robot. You
yeah, 'cause-
know,
goody.
and you're adding.
Isn't your
you're adding something
isn't
that's
your
not there.
flashlight a simple robot?
I don't know. Maybe you have one. I do not.
I don't like where this is going.
When you start buy, and I'll see customizers. They'll take their toys, their Marvel Legends, and sculpt bigger boobs on them. Right.
Mhm,
That's where I'm
mhm.
like a little like, dude, I don't know. I remember when that Emma Frost first came out, the one in the Hellfire Club set, people were taking her top off and complaining that there isn't these were in the Marvel Legends groups, that there
Mhm.
wasn't a real fully sculpted boob underneath, and I'm just like, dude, that seems kind of creepy to me.
Somebody also mentioned AI girlfriends. Like, isn't that like your why isn't that as creepy as
Maybe it is, and we're
Hold on,
just,
wait, having an AI girlfriend?
All
Yeah, I
right,
think that's fucking creepy. I'm
That's
sorry.
even
all right, hold on.
Very creepy.
I mean, what do you mean it's not as creepy?
All right, hold on. Are you talking about AI just like you have an AI girlfriend on your phone, or are we talking about like an AI bot, like a physical
you
bot?
see AI girlfriend apps and stuff like that being advertised all over the place now, and it's just like it's very common. So, but and so do you have the same like need your gut reaction to that you do to boobs on Transformers?
No,
Kinda, yeah.
that's a whole different level of weird.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, you talking to your phone, and yeah,
yeah.
it
So
just
I got a new girlfriend. Her
right,
name is Siri.
right. And then you try go introducing your phone to your parents.
hey, dude, there have been people doing that with pillows, the waifu pillows and stuff like that. I mean, but I had a class for this AI thing with these girls and how it can affect kids, and because I'm 18, click download, right, and it's some messed up shit. Like I think it's like that's a whole different beast by itself than putting fake boobs on an RC. I don't think we really need to get into, other than the fact of like I think it's heading down a porn addiction issue and that's just over sexualizing and causing problems mentally later for when you actually deal with a real person.
Mm.
Because your phone can't say no to whatever you tell it to do, but when you tell it to a person, that's going to cause problems.
Right.
That's a whole different different issue. And to your thing about Baroness and Scarlet and stuff like that, like to me, like that's how those characters are made. Because here's the thing, like I don't look at them like someone cosplaying them can make them sexualized. I don't look at the characters themselves as, yes, like Baroness wears the skin tight, I'm assuming leather outfit, but I never looked at her sexually. Like that's just how she dressed. That's just how she was. Same thing with like.
So you're obviously in the minority there, because why would they draw them that way for any other reason than to attract the hormones of?
Well, I mean, remember Marvel used to make a swimsuit issue every year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's, if IDW made a Transformer swimsuit issue, I'd be a little like,
Yeah, and I mean, honestly, and correct me if I'm wrong, the only one I've ever seen sexualized is RC, whether it be in like artistic drawings, fake chest plates, stuff like that.
There
Yeah.
aren't many female Transformers. I know she's not the only one, but there aren't many, and she is the most predominant one that that's there in everybody's face. Like she is the most popular female Transformer.
Yeah.
So that's probably why you don't see it as much.
Susan Blue has to feel so proud.
All right.
Good chat.
Yeah, that was getting weird. I'm gonna switch over here.
To break up the Transformer talk, EE, You want to bring in your Motu stuff?
No,
Um,
no, no, no.
I'll-
I think Wolf wants to bring it up.
I'm gonna bring it up. Hang on. Let me share my screen.
What am I
So,
hanging on to?
Scott, I know you're not a Motu guy. Mike, are you into Motu at all? Masters of the Universe?
No,
Not really.
no, not really. I don't get me wrong. I watched the show as a kid,
Yeah.
but not so much the figures.
How did you
You
feel
know,
about them
see, he's
sexualizing
judging us
He-Man?
right now. Like these fucking weird ass Motu fans.
Wolfie, I'm seeing your screen. Why are you ordering a set of those boobs?
Right?
Shut up. Can you see my screen right now?
Yeah.
Just G and Augie. I mean, it's exactly like that topic is not really talked about on any Transformers show. So it just felt like, hey, let's do it.
So you use my show to do it. Me and Wolf, our show to do this.
Well, you invited me.
I
did.
It wasn't me.
All right.
Again,
Listen.
this is something else that is Wolf's fault. You know, and we're about to talk about another thing that is Wolf's fault. Continue.
Send your hate mail to me. All right, listen, there was some Motu news announced today. As you can see, the title, Mattel transitioning to Masters of the Universe Chronicles toy line as core offering more Masterverse action figures planned for 2126. So this was on He-Man.org. The newly revealed Masters of the Universe Chronicles toy line has generated a lot of excitement throughout the He-Man fan community.
No, that's
With the announcement of a 1/12 scale toy line, the questions regarding the future of Mattel's current Masterverse toy line has been making the rounds. He-Man.org reached out to Mattel for clarification. Mattel said, while there are still Masterverse action figures in the pipeline for 2026, we will be transitioning our core offering to Chronicles later this year, Mattel representative told He-Man.org. We will, however, also have a number of special releases planned within the Masterverse Vintage Collection. According to Mattel, the Masterverse toy line will have more action figures in 2026, including some special releases planned for Chronicles. Began in 2021. When asked about the future of Masterverse, the Universe Origins toy line, the Mattel representative stated, "As of now, I can't answer, but we'll update you and share the details as they are available." And go away. Hang on, E. Spotlighting you. I know what you want to say.
Don't spotlight me. Look, listen, fuck you, Mattel.
Bring it out.
We've been into this Masterverse line for fucking 3, 4, 5 years, whatever the fuck it's been, right? You're not finished yet. You're not finished yet. You still got tons of figures you aren't gonna do. You're rolling out this fucking movie line on this stupid fucking movie. And your figures are smaller now in the Chronicle line. That is my problem. If this was just you just rebranding the packaging, I don't give a fuck. I throw the packaging out anyway. I don't care what it says on the outside. But the fact that you're now making them in a smaller scale, according to everybody else, these Chronicle figures are smaller. What the fuck am I gonna do?
It's marketing. You're going to buy a whole new line.
No, I'm not. I refuse to. And I refuse to. And you know why this is fucking people like Wolf's fault? Because when that trailer came out, oh my God, that He-Man trailer looks fucking great. Well, you know what? Fuck you, because this is what companies do. You make a movie, you start making toys about the movie, toys bomb, because movie toys fucking bomb, and then you stop making the fucking line because, oh, the toys don't sell. Well, no one told you to make those fucking those toys, those movie toys. You go to Ollie's, you go to all these fucking stores, they peg warm. Everything from these movies fucking peg warm. Hey, Hasbro, how'd that Tron HasLab do for you?
I'm still seeing the Snake Eyes movie figures on pegs.
Yeah.
How many fucking Marvel Legend movie figures do not sell? Sit on pegs. So now that you're switching the line, you're switching on the scale. You're switching the scale on us. When you didn't even finish what we got. Yeah, fuck you.
So even if the line looks like good and it comes out really good, you still be like, nah.
Well, I don't do movie stuff at all, really, and anything. That's one, and two, like if they were just, hey, we're just everything gonna be rebranded as Chronicles, right? Mm-hmm. But we're still gonna, you'll be mixing your movie, you can make your movie stuff, but we're still gonna be giving you in our Masterverse line to continue what you've already done with the classic Toon toy looks. I'd have no problem. Like I said, I don't care what you put on the outside of the package, but you're making these figures, even if you started over again now, right? And giving us those classic looks. I have over 50, 60 figures, I think, already now, Masterverse, and it's not finished. I'm not starting again in a smaller scale. I am not starting over again.
I read this, and assuming it means what we think it means, and I think it does. And my reaction was similar to yours. I absolutely hate this. Masterverse, New Eternia, whatever you want to call it, was probably my favorite line in 2025 and even now in 2026. I love those figures. I think they look great. I wish they would have spent more time on that line rather than all these endless crossovers with Thundercats and WWE and whatever else coming out, Transformers.
That nobody's buying.
No one's gonna. Yeah, they're
Stranger Things crossover. I mean,
coming soon to an NHTC table near you.
Yes.
So I will say this though, that Transformers and He-Man line, my wife has 3 of them. They're not that bad.
Oh.
They're not that bad. I looked at it. I was like, okay, they're not that bad.
Those are
I'm not going to buy them. He bought them.
Those are the only 3 that have been sold so far.
Right.
Now we know. Now we know.
When we're all out here going, who are the people that go out and buy these?
That was us.
And make it worthwhile.
Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like I had the Optimus He-Man on pre-order, and then the more I looked at it, I'm like, this to me does not look good. I think the big reason I wanted it was the sword that mixed the
Matrix
sword and the Matrix. And I'm like, no. And then when I saw it in the store, I was like, all right. And this is no disrespect, but I was just like, okay, I'm cool that I passed on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm fine. There's no regret there. Not one regret.
Yeah, they say they still have things coming out in 2026. They don't really pump out a lot of Masterverse figures that quickly. E, I mean, do you agree with me on that one?
Agreed. We get a couple waves a year as it is. Nowhere near the amount they did in the Origin scale.
Yeah.
And and you're gonna now add the Chronicles, which is another scale. And it sounds to me like you're not going to continue to Masterverse. You're going to get select vintage here and there. Like, no, like if I wanted to buy one figure a fucking year from the line, I'll be more of a Mafex fan. Mafex gives you like 2 figures a fucking year. It feels like it takes them for fucking ever. Or you buy ramen shit, takes you 4 fucking years to get one figure. Like, it's very disappointing. Very disappointing. Really pissed me the fuck off today.
See,
it's part of the plan.
Oh, I know. I know. Let's
part of the plan.
Yeah.
You're more in tune with the because that's your thing. What all either groups or lines or individual figures or just a number if you're not really sure, still needs or should still come out for Masterverse like that line?
The two biggest basic ones. You haven't finished the Horde.
Okay.
And you haven't done the Snake Men.
Mm-hmm.
At the very least, you haven't finished the Horde, you haven't done the Snake Men, and you haven't given us Rock-On and Stondar.
Or Rio Blast. I want that one.
Yeah, I want that one too.
There's another one. And I could keep going and naming off other individual characters that I want, but I feel like those are the 2 biggest holes right now. 2 huge subgroups. You haven't finished the Horde. You've done some of the Horde, and you gave us 1 Snake Man in Cobra Khan. That's it so far.
So do you think 25 figures roughly to go? 35? If you had to, so that we got our lines, how many number wise? What are you thinking?
They're not going to fill that in a year. That's just
no. That's
no, I get that. But what I'm saying is if they were going to hit those big ones and finish out those some lines, how many figures do you think would that take?
Well, I'll let someone talk while I count here.
So Snout Spout did come out in the Masterverse line.
Spout did come out.
Yep. Yeah. I'm staring at him. So yeah, it's a pretty cool figure. Dude, the art, man, I love getting the stuff from Dell Creations and their Mutu line. The artwork is friggin' awesome, and that's one thing I'll say for the Mutu stuff is the artwork. Like, I have a hard time throwing away the boxes just because the artwork looks so good. And like that Cringer, the box is like a magnet clip box. It's a friggin' premium box, and the artwork that came inside it that's tucked in, it looks friggin' awesome. You know,
But yeah, I mean, even when they announced the vintage line, I kind of thought that was, what's the point? Because I mean, a lot of these new Attorney figures, you could make them, you could argue that they look vintage enough anyway. But like I said, I do hate this. I do hate the thought of they're going to just do a couple more and then we're starting over, brand new scale. I have no desire to do that again. If this is the route they're going, I'll pick up some of the ones that I know they're not going to do and call it a day. Like, I'm not selling all those at a loss like I did for classics and doing it again. I don't understand this move. I think it's dumb. I think it's going to upset a lot of people.
I think it's economics. I think it's like Hasbro's like, oh, our 3.75 line. Oh, tell the missus I said hi. And I think that's part of the reason is you're seeing those things, shrink because of inflation. I think it's getting, some stuff's getting just too pricey for what it was. Because like,
I mean, they're going from
sorry,
7 to 6 inches though.
That's my thing. Like, it's one thing if like Hasbro announcing their just 375 line that we still don't really know much about, except Tron was supposed to be their start off point, and that failed utterly. As opposed to the 6-inch figures, right? There's a significant difference there. 7-inch to 6-inch, I can't see how much money they're saving there.
I guarantee you it's something, because at some point, again, I'm going to go back to this one because he's in hand. Almost $30 for this. At some point, people are going to start going, this is not worth the $30, and I'm getting close to there because I have not got that new Thundercracker yet, and it looks friggin' amazing. And I think that's where stuff's heading. Is I think you're going to start, in order to scale the prices back, so maybe they get more buy-in from people. They've got to do something. You can't make Motu figures with hollow legs. So what do? You just shrink the whole thing.
But then you have to. So the price ain't out on these. They're not up for pre-order. Now, what if they're, as a collector, now you're getting a smaller figure, but they're not lowering the price?
Then the other option would be that's controlling the price then. I mean, look, it all boils down to how much money they're going to make. And I don't think they would. I like to give them the benefit of the doubt that they're not going to scale down figures and increase the price, or make the price the same just to get a bigger profit margin. It wouldn't surprise me. But I think in my opinion, which means nothing, is I think it's more to control the price going forward.
See, I don't know about that. I don't think they would have a problem just raising the price and leaving things alone. I mean, part of me wonders because, like, if you think about it, like, Motu doesn't have the character depth that like a Transformers line has or anything like that. They have their characters, but they don't have a ton. So, I mean, even with like Origins, you're getting to that point where it's like, what do we do now? Do we restart the line again and do a cartoon?
Which is what they did. They're making up. They made so many characters that were never made before in Origins. You've pumped the shit out of that line. God knows how many they've made. Like, that is a complete line almost.
Yeah.
At this point, about as complete as any He-Man line has ever been. Before this, it was Classics. Classics was the most complete He-Man line that was ever done since the vintage line. Because not only did they redo every character that was done in the original toy line, Classics went even deeper, and Origins has taken it even a step further. But they have not gotten that far yet with Masterverse, and it looks like you're not going to get there. and that is very fucking disappointing, especially when you don't even have all what I consider the core things done.
Yeah.
You're shrinking the scale down, and you're not going to scale well. And if that's the fucking case, I'll go hunt down the classics to put them and mix to fill in my holes in the
So
collection.
maybe okay, maybe I misunderstood. Is it just the Chronicles that's scaling down, or is Masterverse scaling down too, or we don't know yet? But it sounds
When
Masterverse is going after the end of 2026. Masterverse is going to scale down with Chronicles. That's what we're getting out of this.
okay.
Well, actually, what I'm getting is that they're going to replace Masterverse line with the Chronicles
That's
line.
that too.
And the Chronicles line is smaller. That's the thing. The Chronicles line is smaller, so it will not scale with your Masterverse stuff.
And it's Chronicle, and I read that article too, so I want to make sure.
Right now, Chronicles is the movie stuff.
Yes, thank you.
That's the first stuff that's been announced for this
Yeah, which
stupid
I get.
fucking movie. You know, this is what happened. Like I said, these are people like Wolfswall who are like, oh, this trailer looks fucking great. I can't wait for this fucking movie. You're giving them the hype that they think this movie's gonna do fucking well. Look, He-Man is not Transformers. There's a reason why He-Man died for so many years, and
Yeah.
Transformers really never died. Look, you can say what you will about all the other spin-offs, the Armadas and everything else, whether they were good or not, but Transformers was able to constantly reinvent themselves to stay relevant enough until that 2007 movie came out, which really revitalized line again.
Yeah,
But
you didn't have that
Transformers
with
never went
Motu.
away. That did not happen with Motu.
You
Motu
had New
died.
Adventures, which bombed. I think 2000X could have been that, but they didn't.
Because the toys didn't sell, so
The
they
toys
canceled
didn't
the
sell.
fucking.
Yeah,
Because they canceled the fucking show. After 1.5 seasons, they canceled the show because the toys didn't fucking sell. Guess what? Your toys aren't going to fucking sell again. And I don't think that Mattel understands who is buying this shit. It's not the kids. Again, this is not I don't think this is a line driven by the kids. There's no media for these kids to consume to fall back in love with He-Man over the last 5 years.
not Revelations, or you don't think that Netflix helped at all?
No, I don't think next one. No,
I don't think
I
Netflix
don't
was
think it
aimed at
did
kids.
well. Netflix wasn't aimed at kids. They did have the other Netflix line, the other Netflix kids show, but I don't know how well that did. And all I saw were those toys peg warming too.
Yeah, there was, I think, supposed to be a third season, but they teased Hordak at the end, and they did not do that. So yeah, they prematurely canceled that one as well.
Because these toy lines don't sell like that, especially based off of these movies and stuff. The kids are not into it. So who's buying this stuff? It's the 40-year-old adult collector. They're the ones who are driving the G.I. Joe classified line.
Mhm.
It's the 40. Who do you think? You think these kids, these 8-year-olds, 9-year-olds, are buying comic versions of fucking Jubilee and Wolverine? No, they don't read comics anymore. It's the adults.
Yeah,
You have to keep that in mind. It's. Do you think it's the 8-year-olds that are buying the 10th version of Luke Skywalker for Black Series? No, it's the Scots and the Wolves who grew up with the property. No, who was it? We were talking with Brink the other day. I think it was Brink, and I think it was his nieces and nephews have zero desire to watch the original trilogy. It's all Ray and what's new, right? Because it's what they grew up with. It's what they watch. It's their original Star Wars was the last 3 movies. So yeah, it's not. They're not the ones that care.
yeah.
My son was out of toys by the time he was 7.
No, you're right. Part of me's tempted to go track down the Clam Champ, the Stink Ore, the Spike Ore, and that Scare Glow they put out that I passed on because they were part of the Revelation line, and just grab those because I don't know if they're going to be done or not.
You should. Well, so the Stink. So and this is the thing with Stink Ore. Like, just to be specific here, Stink Ore, Clam Champ, they have basically that vintage look to them. They didn't change their look. So I don't have it. I have the Stink Ore. I have the Clam Champ. I don't know who else you mentioned, but
Scare Glow and
Scare Glow I did because they never made the other one, and he's just a fill-in. But like I said, I don't know if they're gonna do it now.
Yeah, so
And
that's why I
Mattel's
was
not
gonna
the
wait, but not.
most
I don't know.
Yeah, and Mattel's not the most forthcoming with their future plans. They don't do live streams once a month, every 2 months for their different property lines. It's not what they do. So you're already like don't know. It's one thing I will always give Hasbro credit for is I love that they do those Black Series live stream, Marvel Legend live streams, GI Joe live streams. So
Yeah.
what the plan is right now. So you have an idea of what they're going to do, where they're going with this line. You don't get that from Mattel. I
No,
know
you're gonna.
they they have their yearly live stream that they do once a year in
Yeah.
March. And we'll see what they say in March. And then we got Toy Fair in 2 weeks, and we'll see what toys they show. But
Yeah.
yeah,
No,
it looks
the
like
way they
Massive
do
is
things.
dead. Well,
You
it will
gotta,
be dying at the end of 2026. Now I know how the McFarlane fans feel.
Yeah, like I can tell you, being around, you know, kids, like you don't, like you've got a couple kids that like, there's 600 kids that I deal with, and most of them it's digital, it's games, it's the phone, it's not comics, it's not D&D is the exception. Um, like that seems pretty dominant and mainstream, but like yeah, I don't see kids with comics. I see kids with anime, but
mm,
not with comics. I don't you don't see them. Like if you see him with a Star Wars shirt or X-Men shirt, I asked a kid, like he had like the '97 X-Men shirt on, right? And I was like, oh, I love the X-Men too. Who's your favorite one? Huh?
Hmm.
Oh, I just like the shirt. I don't know what this is. You know, and I'm like, to not even know really, like he knew it was the
That's what I
X-Men.
would tell the creepy man as well, so he'd leave me alone.
No, believe it or not, that kid is actually one of the first kids I built a rapport with when I started working there. Um, but yeah, I mean, like, and it's not just that; it's music too. But that's a different conversation. But yeah, you're not seeing the youth, at least at that middle school age, in mass. So you really are dealing with elementary schools. So
Do you think someone will pick up, where the Master Universe left off and
third
finish it
party,
out there?
third party ownership
So
could be good.
I mean, Rob.
so I mean that's a good question. Mattel actually owns Hasbro owned Transformers. Mattel owns Motu, right? So anybody who would take it over, it has to have it licensed out, right? And then, but who's to say they're going to do the same type of figures, the same type of sculpts, that'll match in if they're doing their own thing. Like Mondo is doing a 6-inch He-Man line based off of the 2000X He-Man show, right? So it's very specific to that particular cartoon. They're also $120 per figure. They're very expensive, and they have a very, very different look than what you would fit into basically like a Massiverse line, right?
Yeah, like a
They're very
retail line.
nice.
So,
They're very nice.
I'd be scared to kind of even mess with it. Like I'd pose it and it would sit there for that much money.
mhm.
You gotta be careful with Mondo in anyway. Anyway, I've heard horror stories about their 6-inch or the 1/6 line.
um, they have had their miscues in their 1/6 line quality wise, but I can sit there and tell you, at the very least, Mondo is very, very, very good at making it right. So, I know when they did that the the deluxe He-Man, they came with
Yeah.
the three different armors, and some people were having problems with the waist. They literally just sent people whole bodies. Here's a whole brand new body. Um, and you didn't have to return the one you had. So,
What's this picture you sent me? You want me to show it?
well, yeah, that's just some Brink posted that. That's about the Origins line, though. The key figures in Origins that are still missing.
Hang on, I'll pull it up so you can look. Give me a second. God damn it! Come on. Can't do it. Sorry.
No worries. It's not that big a deal. But yeah, they're only missing at this point a few
Fair.
key figures. And some of these aren't even like the laser light stuff. They're not key figures. Those are just again repaints. Hurricane Hordak again. That's just a repaint. Nobody wants a fucking Gwildor.
Didn't they announce a drag store? It's someone else.
No, they did. They did announce the drag. I think they showed the Origins and the Masterverse drag store at the same time.
I feel like
Blast Attack was just announced 2 weeks ago. Went up for pre-order about a week ago, so you can mark that off the list. You can mark Dragstore off the list.
they didn't do Twistoid, and Rotar.
Not that I know of. Not that I know of yet.
Okay, I could have swore we had a multi-bot too. Maybe I'm just not paying attention.
No, they did do them. I do think they did a
Okay.
multi-bot. In Origins also, because I know there's a Modulok. I do believe there's a multi-bot.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm interested to see if they say anything at this live stream. I don't think they will because it's going to be like every single property they have, and they tend to go pretty quickly. I don't know. Like I said, I'm disappointed. I'm with you, E. I'm disappointed. I don't like it. I think a lot of people aren't going to like it. Who knows? Maybe that'll convince them to go back. I don't know. I don't get it. I don't get it. That's it.
I don't understand why you're not either A, making your movie figures in the same scale, right? So everything can fit in together in your own property. But again, like I noticed, like these movie figures have butterfly joints. Masterverse the Masterverse figures don't. So yeah, you shrink it down, you're adding in more articulation. But if you're asking me then to go in all over again, it's not happening. I'm not switching all this shit fucking out.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, with classics, I'm not doing it again.
I think
Same thing. If I switch out, I'm going Origins.
it all boils down to the money. I mean, I think that's the whole thing. It's either they shrink and make more money, or they change the scale and then go for that, tweak, upgrade a little, that 3% better, to get people to go back in on the line. Like, yeah, they're going to lose UEE, but who else are they going to either bring in or keep and bring over?
I don't think they're going to bring over enough. I really don't. I don't think it's there. Like I don't understand this move. It doesn't make any sense to start over where you're at right now. Like I don't get it.
A lot of I'm thinking about McFarlane collectors right now. A lot of McFarlane collectors I know, they're not going in on the Mattel stuff because they're so far down the rabbit hole. They have so much to do it all over again. No, they can't. They're not.
Name a line that actually did complete.
Classics. Like I said, Classics is one of the most complete toy lines. I know if you're not a He-Man fan, I understand you wouldn't know, but that line was about as complete as you came. You damn sure had every single core figure done, and that's where we're not even. If Masterverse had done that and read all the core figures, and and it's like, oh well, you're never gonna get a cheap Carnivus. No big deal. I don't give a fuck then, right?
Yeah.
But that's the thing. Like, you haven't finished the Horde and you haven't started a Snake Man. If you could have gotten that far, you still haven't given us an Orko yet. You still haven't given us an Orko yet, and you haven't given us a Sorceress yet, right? If you could have got that far,
Forgot about those two.
I'd be like, you know what? It's fine, right? It's not a big deal. I have what I need out of the line. I have the core thing. It's like,
Maybe those will be
never
the-
finishing seasons 1 and 2 for Transformers. Is basically what it is.
I just think it's part of the business model to not finish off stuff. There's just so much. There's just so few lines out there that are actually complete. That I gotta believe is part of the business model to change it up.
Origins. Again, Origins is another He-Man line that is almost basically complete. We just pulled up a list of what people are saying are still missing, and those
That's
figures
not
are
a
coming
lot.
out. Exactly, and they've done hundreds of figures already. So yeah, I know you get to the end of the line if you complete it, and then what are you going to do going forward? But you at least have to complete your core, I believe. Um, and that's not done. I mean, you can't. Marvel Legends. I mean, I don't think Marvel Legends will ever give you every single comic book character ever made. They're still, what is it, 15 years in, 10 years into doing this Marvel
Yeah.
Legends, and there's still glaring holes on characters and things, and they'll never do it. And Marvel Legends could keep going for another 15 years and still never get everything done. That's a different beast in and of itself. Star Wars. I mean, yeah, Star Wars is another one. There's a lot of holes still missing in Black Series, but they still making these figures. Granted, you get a lot of repaints and other things mixed in, but you still eventually get them. Black Series isn't going anywhere, so you're not getting an announcement. Black Series is being replaced. No more Black Series. I'm pretty sure a lot of Black Series fans would be pissed the fuck off that you never got what certain figures and characters that you needed.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, Scott. But like you said, you're missing some really important core characters, and who knows? Maybe they're in the pipeline that they're talking about. I don't know.
Yeah,
But
that's how they get you to go on to the next next line and keep spending money.
Oh, and don't get me wrong. I understand Hasbro, Mattel's main goal is to make money. You're a company. Your job is to make money. I get it. I understand that side, but at the collector side of me, fuck you.
sums up how I feel.
I
Absolutely.
agree.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
There you go.
Jeff gave a pretty good description there.
What?
That Star Wars fans ate good till they didn't. Now they're on a diet.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that way they just announced with Watto and everyone's a step in the right direction. Characters that
You're right,
never
but,
been in the line before.
This is one of
Prequels.
those things like, how long has Black Series been going on?
Long time. I'm not sure the.
What is it? Why is it taking you so long? You know, I used to do Black Series, and yeah, I got to frustration. Like, Jesus Christ, I'm still waiting for certain characters. It's kind of why I got out, and I felt the figures were kind of shit.
Yeah, I mean, how many times you need to have Luke out in the line? Like, I mean, God, Lando,
Look, it's the same.
they wore him for years. It's just,
You know, I get it. Certain characters sell, so you got to keep putting them out. I get it. So I get 1,000 primes. You know,
Mhm.
but
Huh.
the line is still going. Marvel Legends isn't going anywhere.
Yeah. Again, there's like a deep library they can still continue to pull from. Don't quite have that with Mutu. I don't think Fighting Foemen would sell this time around.
I think it would.
You think?
I think it would. Yeah, I definitely think it would. And
I
that's the
wonder.
thing. Like, there's still so much you can still do beyond what I consider missing core characters. But as long as I got my core characters, then it is what it is. I can be like, oh well, it was fun while it lasted. I got what I needed out of the line. You go into this wanting certain things, hoping it gets to that point.
Yeah.
Looks like
Now-
this one might not.
Now, would you be willing to buy some of these new figures, even though the scale's off?
No.
But do them
No.
in a way where, like, on your display, it wouldn't matter.
Nope. Because I don't collect that way. Like, I don't have like 10 different primes. Like, I only have like the one version of the character, right? So I don't need a whole nother scale, to do another shelf. Space is limited, and it's just more money. Like, I don't have 20 different Wolverines, and I don't have 1,000 different Snake Eyes for G.I. Joe Classified. I have one Snake Eyes.
Yeah, this is a lot like Masterpiece in like the style gen they're doing right now. Like, think of all the characters that Takara did not get around to doing, and now they're starting over again with a different style. Like, that kind of sits with me like this, I don't know. But yeah, I think we're good on this topic. But yeah, we're about an hour and a half in. I think we can call it.
Yeah.
Yeah, great talk tonight, guys. Great talk, chat squad. You were really into it. So we're gonna go around the yard real quick, tell the people where we can find you. We'll start with Mr. Mike Vaughn. Where can people find you, sir?
You can find me on Instagram at creativearc.16. I have recently updated my my IG and my TikTok for the Metal Carbots, so you can find me at metal_Mike_ for pictures and things of that nature. And that's pretty much it.
Nice. Scott, where can the people find you?
Between the sheets in about 10 minutes.
Oh God. The longest walk ever.
E Prime, where can the people find you?
You can find me here every Friday night.
Brother Joseph.
Same as EE. You can find me here every other Friday, the occasional hangout. Find me in the realm. That's where I'm at.
Nice. You can find me, Eric Wolfenstein, on all your social media needs, perhaps coming soon to a town near you. Of course, each and every Friday here with the Realmhattan Project. In next week's ROC Hangout, are we doing an after hangout after this, E?
Yeah, I'll put up a link.
All right, check the link for the group if you want to hang out with us. But thanks again to Mike and Scott for joining us. Really good talk tonight, guys. Really appreciate you coming in there.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah,
We will
anytime,
see
Mike,
you.
anytime.
Yeah.
Yeah, please come back. We'll see you again next week.
Say it with me now. Realmhattan